Hi, so today we're going to replace the standard OEM fob with a Threedom M2 or M Plus fob. First thing we got to do is take this one apart. There's a little access panel right here. We'll start splitting that apart and just working our way down the body of the fob and twisting it as we go. You can undo this process, so try and be careful, and if you ever wanted to return it to the original OEM fob, you could certainly do that. But we'll pull this stuff apart. There we go. So once we get the cover of the OEM fob off, we see access to these 4 screws here, and we're just going to use the supplied torque screw that came from Threedom to go ahead and pull these screws out. The manual key is held in here with a spring, so keep some pressure to hold it together so that the spring doesn't fly out as you get these last 2 screws out. Okay, with those out, we'll go ahead and flip that up. We can start to pull that apart. You can see the spring right there. So extending this takes most of the pressure out of the spring. It'll pop out there, but no big deal. Okay, so now we have access to the goods here. 2 things to note. This is the control board. This has the buttons on it. And we're gonna wanna take the control board in its entirety out. We're gonna transfer that with the battery over to the new fob here. But there's one more piece. And this is it's a chip, and I don't know what the technology is it uses, but it's basically a wireless chip that tells the wireless key start to ignite when you push the button. So what we want to do here is just kind of gently pry this out. There's a spot for it in the new fob. I've got just a little flathead screwdriver here, and what I typically do is try to work from the top until I can get my screwdriver in there, and it's a pretty tight fit here. If you can get a good wedge there, you can start edging it out, and I'm not getting a good start. So we'll continue sort of prying here, and I have resorted to cutting this before, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to try and pull a little pressure there to see if I can loosen it up a little bit. So this is what that chip looks like once you get it out of the housing. Sometimes it's a little tougher than others. I've had some where it just slides out with a little bit of prying. This one wasn't like that, and so I took it to the garage and completely destroyed the key, but we have successfully retrieved the chip, and we are going to hope that this new key works out just great. That's not the right screwdriver. We'll take the torque screw and just open up the 1 screw on the back of the Threedom fob here. And this is really an elegant design. This is a 3D printed deal. I mean, these guys at Threedom know what they're doing, and they've really created something that solves a big problem. I can't seem to get into this one, of course. Okay. Pries open just like that. So, great news is these pieces just line up with the front here. You can see that there's 2 buttons on the circuit board, 2 buttons there, and then 2 buttons vertical. So you just line that up and it pops right in just like that, which is exactly what you're looking for. Battery slots directly in, just like that. And then we've got this little piece here, which is the wireless fob. That's going to go right in to this slot here. You can see it just tucks right in there. So once you get all that together, just kind of do the reverse here, pop that back on. We'll take our single screw from the Threedom fob and our Torx screwdriver and pull that together. We got a nice, secure, excellent fob that's ready to go. We can go test it out.